Welcome to Gavel to Gavel,
Must have
Auctions
lost you
Across
guys.
Virginia, where in every episode we talk with auction professionals from across the Commonwealth about the bids, the business, and the people behind the gavel. And let's jump right in today. Hey, first segment, we got the Gavel to Gavel VAA news across Virginia, and upcoming VAA events and conferences. Linford, take it away. What do we got with us today? What's the dates on our convention? And let's tell them a little bit about the details of what's coming up.
I think he's a statue, maybe claymation. I'm not real sure.
We lost Linford.
And
Hey,
he's going,
well, this
so
podcast, folks, the good news about this podcast is it's like Mother's Day cards and Valentine's Day cards. You always get it on the first pick. So we're just going to do one and one only, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, I'll go ahead and kick it off. We got our convention coming up. It's going to be in Harrisonburg, Virginia this year. It's going to be, I believe, the third weekend in January. I think the 21st through the 23rd. Linford will probably tell me that's completely wrong,
you
but it's
got it.
going to be
Oh,
right
you got
around
it
that
right.
time. And I do know this. I know that we're going to have a welcome party that's going to be sponsored by Bid Wrangler, and they're going to be coming in with a big casino, a photo booth. We're going to have axe throwing until the beverages come out. Then we'll probably have to shut that off. But it's going to be a good time. Great welcome party. Linford's back with us. Welcome, Linford. Way to go, buddy. Hey, we see you over there.
I gotta figure this out. I got too many tabs open. There, can you hear me now?
Tell us a little bit more about the continuing ed and the format that we're going to use this year. A little bit different than the 2-hour segments we've had in the past.
Yeah, so what we're planning to do there is have more of a TED Talk style approach where there's 15 to 30-minute sessions, kind of fast-paced. People get in, get out, and tell us what the important stuff they've got to tell us, and hopefully keep people engaged and be a little bit more informative that way. We don't want to bore people with 2 or 3 hour presentations.
So basically, we're going to tell them, hey, take the plane off and land it.
Yep.
And we're going to have something like the gong or the big hook that pulls them right off the
I'll
stage.
get you. You'll be sitting down front with the big flashing stoplight, right? Just turn the switch and flip the light on to stop.
Jaws music starts playing.
I can't wait. Hey, and one more thing in this segment, guys. We want to focus on a member achievement, a major milestone for the month. And Linford is well on his way, man. He's wide open in the real estate world, showing folks that the preferred method of marketing real estate is the auction method of marketing. He just sold and closed on his 100th piece of real estate. Linford, way to go, buddy.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, 100 pieces of real estate doesn't sound like much, and it really, compared to a lot of other auction professionals, it isn't much. But hey, everybody's got to start somewhere, and you just keep after it, and one day it'll be 1,000, right? But
That's right. Hey, what a good thing about it is, man, once you hit that 100 mark, it's just that much easier to hit the 1,000, right? Because you figured it out. And what we have to educate people on every day that,
that's right.
Hey, this is a first option, not a last resort. Yep. And if you figure that out, you typically win.
Well, and it's good to see the market responding, and the hard work we put in over the last 5-6 years in our market. People are starting to realize, hey, this isn't just a last resort. This isn't just a distressed property situation. This is how you sell real estate in today's day and time. And so it's really starting to reap a lot of dividends, and hopefully long term it'll even get stronger. So that's what's most exciting about it to me. But yeah, check back in a couple of years. We'll have a few more done, hopefully.
That's right. So, hey, Linford, that leads us right into our next segment.
Yeah,
why don't you introduce our guests for the evening, the power couple in the auction world and the rodeo world?
Yeah,
hold on just one second.
Daniel and Erin Lanier, and they are quite the couple, and they've got a couple great businesses going on. And so we're going to let them tell us a little bit about what they're doing and how they're doing it, and where did Chip go? Is he still with us? There, he's coming back.
I ghosted and I came right back in. How about that?
There you go.
What did I miss is what I want to know.
So I was just telling everybody how that Daniel and Erin got a bunch of great businesses going on. We want to hear about them.
Wait a minute, hold on a second, just 1 second.
Drum roll.
The sound
So,
effects.
You got it.
They put me in
Daniel,
control of this
he's
whole thing, Aaron. Can you believe it?
No.
Daniel is an automobile auctioneer by day and a cattle auctioneer by night, and he does equipment auctions. Sells a little real estate here and there, and has a rodeo business. I don't even know. You got a farm, dude. I don't even know what all you do, but all I know is that every time I see you, you're busy doing something. So why
All
don't
the
y'all
time.
why don't y'all tell us a little bit about what you do and how you do it, and kind of give us a little bit of perspective on how you got into all this mess in the first place.
Well, we do.
They just won't stop cheering. I mean, you guys,
Man,
I
I'm gonna tell
can't
you what.
stop them, man. They just,
So that is a great introduction. Absolutely. Thank you. So Linford, to answer your question, and you nailed it. So we have Lucky L Enterprises, which is our auction company. And then we have True Grit Rodeo, which is our rodeo company. And so we host events. We try to make auctions events. You make them enjoyable. Folks come out to have a good time. They're always going to come back, right? My adventure started in 1998, 1999 when I was in high school. And it's crazy. I can't top some of them stories y'all told, but I told my ag teacher that I wanted a mean billy goat to put in the rodeo. And he said, well, you got to call a man named Todd Brown. Todd Brown was a cattle auctioneer at the time, so I called Todd, became great friends at the time. He got me into the auction business, working with him, working for him on the farm. The rodeo business was right around the same time, of course. Went to auctioneer school in June of 2004, graduated from Mendenhall, joined the VAA in 2006, won the rookie contest in 2008. Chased that championship. I know y'all like talking about that. You know, I chased that championship for a long time. I won that in 2016, 17, and then I was able to hand that trophy off to Chip that year, which was great
that was
in the
awesome, dude.
tent. So, yeah, like you said, sell automobiles, 5 auctions a week. You know, I get to see thousands of automobiles, travel 1,000 miles a week. We sell equipment, specialty auctions. We sell rodeo bulls, rodeo stock, bucking bulls. Very niche market, but loving it. And then, well, my partner here, my partner in crime, my life partner, Erin, is a school teacher, and she keeps us all in line and on track. So,
The
um,
hammer is what
y-
I have
the
heard you
hammer, he
call.
says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
so
And how
real
many
quick, let's
and
talk
how
a
many
little bit
children
more
do you
about
have?
those bull auctions. You just
We
got
have
into them kind of recently, didn't you?
2 questions. We have 2 kids.
Oh,
One's almost 10 and the other one's 12. And so they definitely keep us busy as well.
so me telling everybody today that Oakley's 8 was not accurate.
No, she'll be 10 in June.
look, I ain't even
Let's-
asking your birthdays,
He
buddy.
was 8, not
Yeah.
anymore.
Over a year ago, almost 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Chip, what was your question?
I wanted to talk more about those rodeo auctions y'all are doing for the rodeo bulls. How's that different than regular livestock auctions? Where do you find the folks that are coming for that? What kind of marketing do you do for it? And where do we actually see these bulls in action?
So that's a great question. And what led me into wanting to start selling the rodeo bulls is number one is just a passion, right? Auctions and rodeos run together for us. Um, I tried to buy some cows one year when we were at the VAA convention out at dinner, from one of the current platforms, and did not like the customer experience, right? The buying experience. It was just tough. It was frustrating. I'm at conventions surrounded by some of the top auctioneers in the country, and they just happen to be right here in Virginia. So talked to them about it, and they watched the frustration, and they was like, "Why don't you sell them?" I said, "You know what? That's a great idea." So got the platform, got an app. That is one thing that differentiates us significantly from our competitors is we have an app you can buy directly from your phone.
What's that mean? You can just go right on your phone and
Yup, pull out your cell
oh, that's
phone.
big time.
Yup, go to your app store. You can't see it, but Lucky L Enterprises app. It's right there. You can't see it.
Oh yeah,
I was
I see something.
yeah, I was trying, but Lucky L
Just
Enterprises
go to
app
the App Store or with Apple
or
or
Google Play.
whatever it is, and if you just type in Lucky L Enterprises, and it'll probably show it before you even finish the sentence. But
That's
the
awesome.
app will pop up. It's the L and the clover, and you download that onto your phone and create an account, and you can see every auction we have coming up, whether it's online, hybrid, or if it's going to be in person.
And so, like Erin just mentioned, that's the next thing that really differentiates us is she called it hybrid. I call it simulcast. You might call it something else, but these cattle, the rodeo stock, even equipment that's in rodeo equipment. We got a set of bucking chutes coming up in our next sale, and so we do it online only, but with the live bid caller. So bidding opens tomorrow at noon for our next sale. And then we'll actually go live Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Central.
Prime time.
And yup. And so you hit the play button, you get to listen and bid in real time. And that's one of the biggest things that differentiates us from everybody else.
That's a buyer
Um,
experience right
And
there.
if you can't bid in real time, you can always put in your max bid. So that allows you, and you can obviously follow us along whether you're on a computer or on that app on your phone too.
Isn't that great? So guys, so people that on an airplane, they're worried about bidding. They don't want to miss this bull. Unfortunately, they can't choose and pick the fact that their plane got delayed, but now they can't bid on this bull that they've been waiting on. But now they can because they put in a max bid and the system
put on
puts
the
them
max
in
bid.
competitively until it hits that
Yep.
number. That's great.
Yep. Hey, and the great part about it is it's not just for the rodeo cattle, right? I promise you, Linford's platform had the same thing for his 100th piece of real estate. You have the same feature, and you know why? Because we're all members of the VAA, and we know where to go and find it.
That's right, brother.
Because we work together in a network right here at the Virginia Auctioneers Association, and it's great. And so the equipment auction is the same way. But now we do our live equipment auctions and still having great success with that.
Yeah,
You
you just
do,
had a
you
big
do.
one the other day, didn't you, Daniel? I remember you told me you had a lot of success with it, and that kind of leads us right into the next segment. Really, we have these great auction sales, and we have all the attendance in the world, and we have all of the bids, and they all come in, and then we have to chase the money, and then we have to figure out how to coordinate the removals of hundreds of pieces of large equipment with transporters that are middlemen for buyers, and we have to figure out all the things, the titles, you name it. The fraud in this business is running rampant. It's all going crazy. Let's talk about some war stories, some scars. Linford, you just had a huge sale. I'm sure that you had some issues in Hanover County with people coming in the middle of a rainstorm. I mean, it poured on you during your removal. Tell me a little bit about
Yeah.
that.
It was so it was 89 degrees and the sun shining on Wednesday. Wednesday, and we had preview, and it was great. And then the next day during loadout, it was snowing and raining and the wind blowing, and we had 3 inches of snow the next afternoon. So
Ugh.
just
What was that,
craziness. But
March in Virginia? Yeah, okay.
yeah, but we had to do things like we had a telehandler we were using to load people with, and it didn't have a cab, so we had to do a makeshift roof on the thing to keep the water off of us. And so we got some piece of plywood, and we got a tarp, and we strapped across the top, and we ran we ran straps like toe straps across and strapped it down, and that was our roof. So I mean, you just got to do what you got to do.
You gotta get innovative. How about you, Daniel? How about some of these guys that want to have chargebacks? How about that? How much does that burn you up?
So we have been very fortunate in the recent sales. Hadn't had a lot of trouble. The worst one for me was a guy that I knew, I had a relationship with, had sold him cattle before. Gets on, signs in, logs in, buys half a dozen animals out of one of our production sales in Ohio, and then won't answer his phone. Well, finally get him to answer the phone, and this is the crazy part. This is the crazy part. Sends me a picture of him in a hospital bed. I feel sympathy for him. I said, "Man, he's in a hospital, right?" So look, the next week I'm talking to another friend, and he was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." He said, "Just so you know, that's not a recent hospital bed photo. He sent me the same photo last year."
Oh
I
no!
said,
Oh
"Wonderful."
no!
I said, "Man, he's good at it, ain't he?" So, yeah,
He's
it
a
never
repeat
fails,
offender.
it's, you're gonna have some of those people. Yep,
Yeah.
Well, and it's
yep,
sad
not this
too. I
person.
feel like even more with the internet and how much that it helps us, right? By getting more money and getting the extra bids and getting the extra buyers that can't be there in person. But at the same token, there's people that play that like it's a video game and they think that
Right.
there's no consequences. And
Yeah.
quite frankly, I mean, other than banning them from the website in future auctions, what can you do?
Well, there's
Yeah.
even the more
I
sinister
mean,
stuff
so
is really starting to
absolutely.
surface now, where you've got outright fraud
Oh, I got a story
and
for you there,
theft.
bud. So,
So
hey, look, we
that's
did
kind
a
of the
big
thing
equipment
that's going
sale
on
and
now.
I had some cement mixers that I was selling for a concrete company. And the backup bidder sent someone to pick them up on the removal day, trying to get it past the guard, right? And I have my fleet manager who's sitting there. I'm not there. He's managing the removal. And this guy comes up and does not have a paid receipt, but knows everything about the sale and tries to drive off with 3 cement mixers to Guatemala.
Yeah,
Yeah, we figured that one out, but I can't tell you how many people that may or may not have figured that out, and that manager, that fleet guy just lets them go because it's the
just let
removal
him
day.
go
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he don't wanna be the bad guy.
and how you gonna get that back from Guatemala?
Well, we just had
Yeah,
one.
she gone.
She gone.
We just had one at the end of the year. We had a car we sold, and the guy paid for it with a stolen credit card. And then when he came, he sent somebody to pick it up, but we asked for their driver's license before we released the car, and he used a fake driver's license. And the address on the driver's license matched the address on the credit card and matched the address on the invoice. So it didn't really flag anything for
Wow.
Wow.
us. So then a month later, I get a chargeback from the credit card, and I looking into it, find out it's the bank that did the chargeback, not the customer, and it's because the card was stolen. So there we are, out of $4,000 or $5,000, and the car's gone, and there's really nothing we could do. Turn it into the local police department, but they said it's a
Yep.
big crime ring that's running up down the East Coast doing this kind of stuff. So not much you can do.
Interesting. Still got one close to that. Close to that. Equipment auction. The guy brought 3 pieces. The day before the auction, he come in, he previewed, he sat down in the office, bragged about how much money he had, interrupted our day and our help. Like, we don't have anything else to do but babysit you, hold your hand, listen to you brag about how much money you have. Well, then comes on site, bids and buys this stuff, and leaves, said he'll be back to pay for it tomorrow. Well, he comes back and tries to pick it up, but he hasn't paid for it yet. Okay. Um, wouldn't release it to him. Goes into the wind. We ain't heard nothing from him. We file lawsuit. We call Pennsylvania County Sheriff's Office. We file lawsuit. Um, about 8 weeks later, get a phone call from a local real estate agent that says, "Hey, um, I own a house at Smith Mountain Lake, and I went to check the mail from a gentleman that was renting this house, and because I had evicted him, and I see that you filed lawsuit against him. Can I ask you some questions about this?" I said, "Maybe, because I can't answer but so many questions." And so, come to find out, thankfully, she owned the house that she had on the market for sale, but he convinced her to let him move into the house on a rent to own. He lived in there for 60 days before she called on that he didn't have any money and got him gone. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, yeah, he was good. He was good.
That
Uh,
is wild, man.
yep. So yeah, some of
Yeah,
them's really good at it.
you just gotta keep your guard up. I mean, there's so many ways they can get at you, and
Yep. They can't get it until they pay for it. Bottom line.
So let's take a turn.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about the rodeo business. I know you guys have been doing it for years, and I know that now you're juggling rodeos and auctions, and your auction business is growing. So how's that taking place? Are you doing more, less, bigger, smaller? What's happening with the rodeo company?
I think one of Daniel's favorite things, so he's been competing with maturity calves lately, and he can explain what that is, but he loves the Calcutta they do at the beginning of every fraternity because he typically ends up being the auctioneer for it. And then he also, even if his calves don't bring home any money, normally he gets to bring home a little something in his pocket.
There you go. Yeah, I
Well,
like it.
sometimes you have to gamble it took to get there sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, to answer your question a little bit cleaner there, we have actually slowed down on some of our rodeos. We cut some of them off of the schedule. Logistically, they were just hard to do, with the family and up and down the road. And the auction company is growing. So, trying to focus on that and really looking at the larger events that are funner to do. The next event that we got coming up is the last Saturday and Sunday of April in Virginia Beach, and that's on the
Oh,
on the
that's a
beach, on
good
the
one.
sand between boardwalk and waves. Super cool event. And so that's one that we really enjoy doing. We do the one here at our house. We'll do a couple in Culpeper. The Isle of Wight County Fair, and then the Chase City Volunteer Fire Department. And that's a wrap on our rodeo season. We really cut it down from 2 a month to about 6 or 8 strategic shows throughout the year.
Oh man, that one in Virginia Beach is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I mean, y'all are talking about barrel racing and bull riding and like the Lynn Haven Inlet, right? You're right there at the inlet. You got people surfing in the background. It's typically in the spring, right? So there's fish all out there. There's ospreys grabbing the fish. They're carrying them out. Now, I will say this much:
It's dangerous.
you better keep your heads up because I'm 100% sure that there was one time when this girl, and it was caught on tape, where she got a bluefish dropped right on her nose. I don't think it broke her, but it definitely made it bloody. And I think Daniel was announcing at the time and like said, "Heads up." She just didn't listen.
Yeah, heads up fish. And my crew, they were like, "Man, we didn't know what you were talking about." It was like, "What is that code word for? We missed that in a meeting." No, for real. Heads up, it's a fish falling out of the sky. And it did.
It hit her straight in the face, poor girl.
Yeah, it was so bad. But no, great time down there on the waves. This year they're tying it with the USO, and there's going to be some massive country music concerts.
Oh, really cool,
Chase,
man.
yeah, Chase Beckham's going to be in concert, and Springsteen.
Eric Church?
Springsteen. It's a lady. Anyway, country music singer from, yeah, there you go. From Virginia
You
Beach.
say Springsteen, I think of Bruce or Eric Church singing it. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
well,
God.
that's where my mind was going was the Springsteen song. Yeah,
Yeah. Alana Springsteen. There we go.
there you go. So, hey,
Yeah.
one thing I'm
you can
wondering.
always look on Virginia Beach events too, or our
Yeah.
True Grit Facebook page or website.
True Grit Rodeo, TrueGritRodeo.com. We're social. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
And make
Lucky
sure you
Ellen
get your
Enterprises the same
tickets,
way.
right? Because they sell out quick for that
They
event.
do sell out
They
early,
probably
yeah.
already sold it. Y'all better get on
It's
that
quite
thing if you
possible.
want it. But hey, at the same time, you ever thought about putting on, and I mean, because you talk about, auctions and building events and building something that everybody wants to come to, and then that leads to them emptying their pockets for all the stuff that you're selling, right? So, how about the combined rodeo event with your equipment auction? Is that ever going to happen?
Oh, you never can
The
tell,
big
man. You never can
2-3 day
tell.
event?
So if you put you and I together, I'm
Oh
sure we can
gosh.
come up with it.
No,
We just
we're
got to get
done.
her to execute it. That's what we
Yeah,
come up with the
you
idea.
got the
We
hammer.
just need her to execute it.
I
So
like
we've
it.
done rodeos and auctions before, because we've done a fundraiser rodeo where we auction things off there for somebody in the community that needs just the extra help. So we've done that before, but I don't know if I could handle a bull ride and an equipment auction at the same time
It's
because
a lot of
I'm
work,
in
I'm
charge of
sure.
the public with the rodeos. He handles the behind the scenes of the show. I handle the front and the public,
Hmm.
The crazy.
the
Oh, that's the
crazy.
Hey,
crazy.
And
Yep.
then the auction side, he auctioneers and I clerk. So while in the auction topper, while all these gentlemen are getting their breaks and relief when they're auctioneering in the auction topper, because they only can sell so many at a time. They need their whole.
Oh, they're gonna watch
Um,
this podcast,
and and then we have the other
yeah,
guys in the topper that are watching our other bidding platforms because sometimes in our auction topper we have 3 different bidding platforms and the live auction going on at the same time. So I'll have him auctioneering or some other lovely auctioneers and then 2 other guys watching the other platforms. And then I'm clerking as well as watching our Lucky L platform as well to collect those bids. And they're all taking breaks constantly, making sure they get their lunch and walking a little bit. But the one time I tried to take my 3-minute pee break and he had a clerk, the office was a show,
Where's
because
Aaron?
of how many things he clerked in incorrectly. Um,
It was bad.
and so that was 2 auctions ago. So the last 2 equipment auctions, Aaron's not allowed to have coffee, very little
Oh
water,
my.
and I can't go anywhere. So I sat in there this last auction for over 8 hours clerking the whole time. Well, they had their relief and lunch, and by the time I got out, all I wanted was a funnel cake, and the food guy had left.
Oh.
that's
Yeah,
so bad. Hey,
yeah.
but
You
I'll tell you
know
what,
I'm
guys,
talking.
I don't know about you, but these big equipment auctions, especially the consignment auctions where you've got like 100 different sellers and 400 different buyers, that is a rodeo. I mean,
Oh gosh.
forget
It was
forget
chaos.
forget the bull riding and the
Yeah.
barrel racing and all that stuff. We got our very own rodeo right there.
You
The
right.
cool thing about it, though, is one thing I've seen in common with the rodeo and the auction is, especially the type of auction you're having, mainly with the equipment auctions, I've seen it the most, is the community that you have that comes. It's typically the same local farmers or the local guys, but then we also have people coming from 2, 3, 4 hours away that we see every time at these auctions because that is their business. But the camaraderie you get with that, of them coming in specifically for these type of auctions and just that the whole vibe and atmosphere you get during those equipment auctions. It's just while we're working and everyone's bidding or while we're moving the auction topper to the next item or just taking a breath, just seeing everyone out there socializing and talking and communicating not only with our ringmen but our other guys that are working. It's neat.
Yeah, man. So you had some heavy hitters at the sale last time. Ben DeBrule, international auctioneer champion, and then you had Jeremy Hooks, Jay
He's
Hooks.
gonna hurt you for that. He's the world automobile
Oh,
auctioneer.
that's right. International is not. Well, that's the international is not as big as the world,
There
right?
you go.
Well, we're gonna send him to the moon next month, and he's gonna win that one.
Yeah.
But no, Ben
Hey,
DeBrule, man, it was awesome to see the videos on Facebook, him and Jeremy Hooks. And the thing I loved was seeing Ford out there, man. Jeremy's son. How old is Ford?
12?
12, I
Isn't
think,
that
yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
man? He's right in it, just like Lucas and Quentin, man. My son's 11. Quentin, he's what, 8? No, he's not 8.
No, he's 12.
He's 12.
I think that was on the other recording, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, no, man, I love to see our next generation out there kind of enjoying it. And I really don't, I'm being real careful not to like push it on Lucas and soft pedal it because he's got to want it on his own.
Yeah.
But man, to see him really light up and shine and just to watch Ford and his son, I thought that was really cool. I'm looking forward to taking my kids to their first NAA convention this year. The National Auctioneers Association is doing a convention in San Antonio. So we're going to do the OK Corral, all the things, man. And I'm going to put Lucas right in there with all those kids that are auctioning and let him see what they do. Let him see how he can do it, man, because I know that kid can say Betty bought some better faster than anybody I've ever seen. He's on his way, man.
hey,
Good.
and
That's
you
cool.
guys are heading off to Memphis next month. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. We got a
Tell us
big
about that.
championship. The old World
So
Automobile Auctioneer Championship. Me and Daniel, we've been competing for what, 3-4 years together now?
Yeah, at least.
It's been fun, man. We've made it to the finals. We've made it, really far up. But I feel like at any given moment, is there's so much talent there that is like all right on the cusp of winning it. It all depends on the run of cars that you get because it's just like any other auction sale. It's a regular day of business for them, but there's judges in the lanes and all the things, and they're really paying attention to that, and they're judging you on how you do your job, not necessarily a beauty pageant. So that's the thing I like about it, and really it brings together some of the best auto auctioneers and ringmen in the world to compete. And I know I've been competing in the ringman competition, and I made it as far as third in the world, man, and I'm really itching to get to that podium. And Daniel's going to be the guy that takes me there, man. There's no question. And like I said, and same with him, man. He's made it to the finals. We've done really well together, and I think Daniel, your time's coming, bro. It's just how it is. We gotta pull our time, but
Oh, for sure. And like you say, I mean, my best finish has been 7th in the world.
that's
It's a major accomplishment when you're talking about the best auctioneers in the world. And coming into Memphis, it's the largest competition we've had in years. We've got 75 auctioneers, 25 ringmen, and 25 teams. Does that sound right, Chip?
Say that
Um,
one more time. It broke up on my end.
I know it's 75 auctioneers.
Yes.
I think it's 25
it's
ringmen
either 25 or 30.
and
Typically, yeah, and it just depends on the year and where we're at. I think Memphis, because it's centrally located and there's a lot of
oh, it's
auctioneers
yeah,
on the East
Oh
Coast,
yeah,
it's
they
they
real
have.
cut it
big.
off.
There's a wait list now.
Yeah, we
And
hit the limit. They
Right.
wouldn't take any more contestants.
Oh, it's gonna be a good
So
one, man.
yeah, I mean the guys that walk away with this one, they've got something to hang their hat on. Everybody's there, and so super excited to go compete again.
Hey, well, all I'm saying is there'll be some of us rooting for you guys to bring some trophies home to Virginia. Is what I'm telling you.
You bet.
That's right.
You
Hey,
bet.
if I win that trophy, buddy, I'm gonna buy a plane ticket for it. It ain't gonna have to sit in any other place but in first class. That's 100%.
have a whole story to follow for the year.
Oh, that's right. That thing's gonna follow me for 100% of a year. Well, hey, look, we got the 32 minutes on our podcast today. We're going to cheer about that a little bit here. I'm going to play with my little tune. Yeah, we did good today. Thank y'all for coming. There's the big joke. Bam, all the things. What else you want to hear there? Anything else? Are we going to laugh one more time and have a good time? Yeah. And again, just a reminder, the podcast that always gets it right. It's Gavel to Gavel, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and do our outro. But ladies and gentlemen, Erin and Daniel Lanier, we couldn't have been prouder to have you on the podcast today. The power couple in the auction world. I mean, these folks are taking it to the new level. I love it. Linford Berry, Vice President of the VAA, 100th real estate parcel sold at auction sale. You're the man, buddy. We appreciate all that you're doing in your neck of the woods. And I'm the VAA President, Chip Jones. We thank you for joining us. You can find us in all the places where you find these podcasts. I know I got it on Spotify, and I've been putting it on my YouTube channel, Chip Jones. I think Linford's probably putting it on his as well. So y'all follow us wherever you can. We're going to have some tunes. We're going to do a little dancing. We're going to do the outro. Y'all have a great night. Gavel to gavel, baby. We'll see you in about 3 weeks, give or take.